on your little thing.
And do we have anyone watching us?
Currently, no. We have 12 subscribers, but it doesn't list anyone as watching currently live.
And here we have Robin Drew.
Hi, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, I think we can probably start the meeting.
Okay.
You want to?
Call the meeting into order.
7:02, and I'll take attendance. We've got Helen Douglas Taylor,
Present.
Kathy Ben Boydell,
Present.
Ruth Benner,
Present.
Mary Kay O'Neill,
Present.
Julie Bugnitz,
Here.
Robin Drew,
Here.
John Knowles,
Here.
and Fran Ventimiglia is not here today.
Any public yet?
One watching now, but I bet that's me. And no comments.
I think you do that to us every time, Scott. We get excited and then you say, it's just me.
Yeah.
Okay. Second item on the agenda is the minutes. Acceptance
I do want to just make a correction. I caught I have Ruth as both being there and absent.
Okay.
So I corrected that on the official. So.
Okay.
Rodinger's board member.
Thank you.
But we will want to approve the amended minutes then as.
I make a motion, we approve the amended minutes.
I'll second.
I guess all in favor?
All in favor? I'm sorry, I'm writing and thinking at the same time. Sorry.
Hi.
The life during COVID. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Great. Director's report, Scott?
Okay, so there are a few things that are on there that we're going to come back to later. So I will let those sit and deal with them when we get to them. But I wanted to do two things. One is to invite you all to come by the library and look at our winterized curbside setup, where we have made a false wall and extended the indoor space, added a fan for ventilation and a space heater.
Okay.
So it'll be somewhat comfortable. I guess three things I want to say. The second thing is I just want to officially acknowledge my appreciation for Joanne Chu, who has officially retired as of September the 29th, I believe. And she was here for a very long time and very much a fixture of the place. So, and the last thing is to say is that on the director's report, I said that we have a new hire and we're waiting for the approvals, and that approvals came today. So we officially have a new hire, Maggie Miller, who is coming over from Kirkwood Public Library and will be taking over as circulation lead, which means that she is the full-timer working circulation as kind of the trainer and the expert in the circulation area.
Okay. Awesome. And she's going to start.
9th of November.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Any questions?
Questions?
With Joanne's retirement, is there a card or something that I didn't remember seeing anything?
There was. We had staff sign it, and I am afraid that it didn't occur to me to invite the board to sign it. So we should make
Okay.
another card and have the board come sign it.
Yeah, because you have her address and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we couldn't have a party. We couldn't bring her in. She's dealing with some things right now and couldn't be exposed to all the people. But we did get a card, and we gave her the retirement benefit that's built into the policies. We gave her her milestone benefit, and yeah, that's what we did. So yeah, it would be a good idea to get a card for you all to sign to, and we can send it to her. And I apologize for
Well,
not
that's
thinking
fine.
of that earlier.
This is COVID. Things get swept under the rug.
Thank you,
Yeah.
John, because you always remember that, the card and the,
Except I forget to buy the darn thing, so I can bring it around. I'm really good at making the suggestions, but the actual application, I kind of fall short on that one.
All right.
I
I'm
can get a
gonna-
card and leave it up there. So if you all want to come by the library and just sign it, I'll just get one and leave it at the library for us to sign.
That's good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let me make a note here real quick.
I'll try to do that. When is that? What is today? Monday?
Monday.
Yep, 26th.
Woo, life, right?
Yep.
It's Monday. Okay.
All righty.
I'll try to,
Once you get it here, I'll just send it on an email telling everyone that it's ready.
okay. I'll try to have it there tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, and then I can see the library in the same.
Cool.
Okay. Retirement.
Any
How
other
many
question? Or go ahead.
Yeah. How many years?
Almost 20.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Scott. You have anything else on the director's report?
The other things I'll mention when we get to them under general.
Okay. Treasurer's report, Julie?
Hi, that's me. I did have a chance to review the QuickBooks file and the bank recs, and everything looked really good. I did it right at the last minute this afternoon. So Becky always sends it to me nice and early, and I get it to it the day of every time. So my whole life is a series of deadlines. So
Yes.
that's how I work. But everything looks real fine. So
We're just thankful that you're able to look it over and keep us on track.
it's very consistent. So it really helps.
That's all Becky. She's got
Yeah.
the organization.
Nice work.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Julie.
You're
I
welcome.
didn't mean Julie. And then I was standing and I was saying, I'm so
Fine,
sorry.
Helen, you're fine.
No, it's just life is so different, everybody. We're all, I'm sure, just holding on, right?
It's not.
So different. I apologize. Any old business? There was none. Is there any old business we need to revisit today?
None
I
that I
didn't
know
see
of.
anything. Anybody? I didn't see anything. Next line item, new business, financial. I didn't see anything. We did the tax rate resolution, right? And,
Yeah, it's all worked out and sent
Yeah.
in
okay.
and confirmed on the far end. And I don't
Did
see
you want to
anything
talk any more about the COVID numbers?
about St. Louis numbers, because we've been maintaining that high plateau, and so I haven't really been considering going to stage 2 again because we haven't
Okay.
seen a drop at all. It's wiggled up and down a little bit, but it hasn't really dropped. And there's concern right now about how our hospitals are getting fuller as people come from out of state, or not out of state, from outstate, from the rural areas of the state, because we have much more hospital capacity than the rural areas do. And I'm really worried about what I'm hearing it depends on who you listen to, but most of the experts are worried about Thanksgiving and Christmas and getting
Yeah.
spikes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, we just brought back a new group of students. So, and then St. Louis Public just went back last Monday, and a new group today. So,
yep.
yep. Older kids teenagers are a lot more manageable and more amped. They are following the rules. Little people, it's hard
Right.
to keep them consistent.
It's hard not
Okay.
to keep them to keep their shoes on.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're gonna move down, no maintenance, right? And then we're on going to talk about the request for the extended holiday.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to talk about it a bit?
Yes, please.
So this idea came from Amy. She came to me 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5. And I have been kind of wrestling with it for the last 2 weeks. And I finally decided that I thought it sounded like a good idea for the staff, and that I would put it before you all and get your approval or disapproval as you wish. Because it is really right at that cusp of balance between staff need and public need. So the request is a big one. The request is to extend the holiday to cover the space between Christmas and New Year's. It's 3.5 library days that we'd normally be open. That Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're closed again Thursday and Friday. The idea is that we'll send staff home, tell them it's a holiday, pay them per holiday rules, and just let them breathe following Christmas. Do you want me to go down through the whole list of pros and cons?
Girl.
Did everybody?
Yep.
What'd you say, Ruth?
I said, I think it's a great idea. Good plan.
With Ruth,
I-
I'd make a motion to approve it.
Well, what are I mean, I'm all for it, I would imagine, but I'm kind of interested in what are the pros and cons?
Sure. So I'm going to go down my list here that I put in the thing, which is the ones that I could think of as I was writing it up. The pros would provide an opportunity for a deep cleaning of the library, including disinfecting mist treatment, which we can cobble in on a weekend, but it'd be better if we have a few days in a chunk. And I don't know that our maintenance, our janitorial guy is going to work on Christmas Eve. It would give a break for staff members that are exhausted from this year and exhausted from this illness. We've already had more requests for time off than normal. And there's, Tanisa is talking to me about how if we get any more requests, we're going to have to start telling people no. So there's already a feeling of pressure about staffing those few days because people just want a break, which is not normal. Usually it's like 1 or 2 that want to take that space between the holidays, but this year it's more like 4 and may get more. This could be seen as a thank you to staff for the incredible levels of flexibility they've shown over the past 8 months. The next one is the tough one, which is we have had multiple deaths among families and friends of staff this year. And I think that Christmas is going to be hard for a lot of our people.
Yeah.
And it would be a blessing for them to have a few extra days of breathing at the end of the Christmas holiday. If this is not a judgment of any sort, but if staff members visit relatives and friends for the holidays and they catch something, they catch COVID while they're out there, they would have about 4 or 5 days or a week before they have to come back to work. And so if it's going to show up, it would show up with them as individuals in their home instead of showing up after they've come to work. Because if they showed up after we come to work, then we have to get hold of the health department and close down the library while everyone gets tested and quarantines and everything else. This time of year, as I'll get to in a minute, the balance point is service to the public. And this time of year is exceedingly slow. We're used to joking around about how it's just the staff sitting around the library. Now, it's not really none, but it's really slow. And it's going to be especially slow this year because I don't suspect that we're going to be out of curbside service. Though I don't know for sure because I'm watching the numbers, but I suspect we won't be out of curbside service during that week. And so people can't come in and browse for movies. So we're going to have fewer people just kind of wanting to hang out in the library. If there is a Thanksgiving spike and it's strong enough that everything gets shut down, then it won't matter what we talk about because we'll be shut down. But this is all presuming that we don't have a big spike. A key role that we play is to allow patrons to fax and email materials to government agencies, and those government agencies are either closed or have minimal activity. So they're not really processing those forms anyway. I ran this idea past library directors across the state via the library directors mailing list, and all the feedback I got was supportive of the idea. And I think a couple of them are going to pitch it to their own boards. We could publicize the close ahead of time to allow patrons to load up on physical materials early and also push digital resources. And the final argument for is that this is intended as a one-time request. We would make that clear to the staff and to the public. This is a COVID thing and not a every year thing. I could think of 3 solid arguments against. One is always, and the biggest argument against closing is duty to the public. Like that's why we exist, is to serve the public. Though we can expect low patron use, it won't be no patron use. The second is that we've earned a reputation for being open when other libraries are not, particularly for offering more services than the other libraries in the area during these last few months. Because we're also, everyone's doing curbside, but we're also pushing the computers out the door or now in the foyer, which is not something that everyone's doing. It's trickling in, starting to. I heard that county started doing that with a couple of their branches. But one of the library, Yes.
Copycat.
That's okay. If they're copycat us on something good, I'm happy for that. And I snicker a little. One of the library directors, when I asked the FMPLD list, they joked that they've been using our library as an example to inspire his staff to do more. And here we are coming back around to say, can we take a long vacation? And the final thing is that you can probably imagine that this will generate patron complaints, especially for those patrons that make last minute dashes to the library to grab movies. Now, they can't come in the building anyway, but they're still going to come up to find a closed building and not be happy about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are a couple of complaints about it. So those are the pros. Those are the cons that I could think of. I'm sure you all can think of more if you want to.
So the holiday pay would be for part-timers and full-timers?
Yes. So they can just take care of their families and think about the holidays and not have to worry about it. That's why I could phrase it as extending the holiday benefit rather than just closing the library.
Well, I'll say, I think it sounds quite reasonable. And I also think if, you make it clear, maybe it's not the main reason, but there is a necessity to, even at our school, to just get everybody out and clean the place.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the year, I agree. I think people have, the library staff, at least for me as a patron, have gone above and beyond. And I think it's well-deserved.
Thank you.
And it's my feeling that we are serving the community by shutting down. To me, by shutting down, we are saying that if there is a spike after Christmas or whatever, then we're just gonna kind of just lay low and come back up depending. I know we're seeing it as a service by being open, but if transmission is happening, for those few days, it could make the difference in even increasing the level or rate of transmission, just being closed that time. I get it the way we'll phrase it or we'll frame it as an extended holiday, but I'm saying it could be more of a place where we're listening to the data and shutting down during that time rather than opening right back up.
Just to add a comment on the end of that. Just as a personal note, my impulse has always been to open whenever there's problems, open and try to do more. And it has been the hardest thing for me to swallow that sometimes the best thing we could do for the community is not open. I mean, it has been tough. So I hear you. I hear you.
But you also are taking care of the community by taking care of your staff. You
True.
know?
Yes.
I mean, I really believe that.
Yeah, and the
Well,
staff are
and
the
I
heart of the
think we're in
library.
a season where, and I am saying this every day to young people, we've got to take a stance to take care of ourselves.
Right.
And that even means if sometimes you have to say, no, I'm not coming. If you have to say, step back 6 feet.
Right.
If you have to say, I mean, we're constantly checking, balancing each other, students and staff, about you cannot come in the public without your mask. And your mask has to be over your nose.
Right.
And that's, you know, you got to take care of you. On the plane, they say, what? Put your mask on first, mom, dad,
Mhm.
and then service your children.
Right.
And so we're in that type of mindset that we have to do what's best first to protect ourselves so we can protect others. So
So do we want to have a motion about this that
I
the
believe I
board
made a
approves?
motion. I believe I made a motion.
And that's what I'm asking. Do we want to actually have a vote on this, or is this just a decision that we want to be made note in the minutes?
I've brought this before the board.
I think we should probably.
I think it would be best if the board voted on it.
So we'll
I
need
think
a
we should have
second.
motion. Can you restate your motion, John? I'm sorry.
I'd like to move that we approve the request for extended holiday as presented.
I'll second.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, who seconded?
Kathy.
Robin.
Kathy.
Oh,
So maybe if we can just do a lot of marketing to let people know that this is when we're going to close. So if they want to get whatever they need to get prior to,
Yep.
Mhm.
make sure that we can meet as many needs prior
I
to.
think hearing about what happened to Denisa really kind of sealed the deal for me when I heard what happened to her in your memo.
Right. That's what I was thinking of.
It was like, you know what? Yeah, these folks need some time off.
And you know, I went to get I was on quarantine just because I wanted to visit my grandson over my fall break. And Tanisa, I told her that on the phone when I needed to get my ballot envelope notarized. And she stood out on a yucky day, sliding me things, reading my cards through the closed window, cracking the window slide, just
Mhm.
that's above and beyond, it's very appreciated. Yeah. So then to hear she got injured is like, oh, please.
So
She's
got
okay,
hit
by the way.
because she was on the other side of the shield, or is that it? She was at the curb
She came
Right,
out of my car. Oh, where that happened?
when she got hit.
Oh, when she got hit.
Right. When she got hit. What happened is that there was the verbal confrontation, and then the patron went out mad. And when she went out, she shoved the big sign over that we have out front that says, maximum number of 3 people in the door.
Mhm.
And then Tanisa went out to set the sign up, and the patron came rolling back into the door and confronted her face to face and then hit her.
Hmm.
And Tanisa, as she put it, I've been kicked by a horse before. This girl ain't got no punch. So Tanisa didn't even step back. She just kind of looked at her, and then the girl starts backing off like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So, but there was a whole lot of threats and mean things said and that kind of stuff in the process. So that's why I went ahead and did a permanent ban, which you guys all got an email about.
call the police, I wondered.
Oh yeah, well, yes, we called the police and they came. They took the evidence. They said that they know who she is. I have yet to hear a report that they've confronted her about it or will press charges, but we've asked them to.
Good idea.
So there's a motion, but there's not a vote yet.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you all. I appreciate that. And my staff will appreciate that as well.
The next one, we need 2 new board members. Julie, thank you for hanging in here with
Of
us.
course.
Julie, not Mary Kay. I got it right.
Hey, I've done that.
So
And
I'm doing my best to solicit, so I hope you all are too. And I maybe have a possible, and hopefully I'll know a possible soon in the next day or so.
just
Go ahead.
sorry, just for the record, Tayuna has stepped down as well.
Who?
Well, that's the
Yeah,
second one.
Darius.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I was aware of that. I didn't know. Did she? Okay, I'm sorry.
She only sent it to you and me.
Oh, okay.
I made a contact today and she said she would be interested.
Okay. Thank you, Ruth.
That's Becky Miller.
Anybody else? Possibles? It's like playing cards.
Right.
I'm just thinking that we should try to solicit an attorney to get onto the board. That way we have someone from the legal profession.
Mm,
We've
that's
had
Was
You
a-
have
very
someone
useful.
in mind?
I don't have anybody in mind at the moment. I thought I'd go ahead and see if Dennis wants to come back on. He's been off for a little bit.
Dennis has been off enough time, right? You have to be off for 2 years, I think it is.
Yeah, it's just been a year, right?
He hasn't been on the whole time I've been on.
I can't remember when
I
Dennis.
can't either. It seems like it's been
Term
just a
limited.
year.
We can look it up and figure it out. I can't remember exactly either, but
But
we'll
I'll-
see.
I
If
think
it's-
this might be the end of his second year off. So I think he could come on for 2021. But
I'll approach him. I don't know if he wants to do it, but
So I guess my question is, do you want me to come by and get an application paper for this person, or are we not at that point yet?
The applications are online at the Ferguson City website. And we are at the point where people should send in applications because the
Right.
city, the city staff have to process them through for the mayor to consider.
Okay, so
She's the
I'll
one that
I'll send everyone on the board a copy of the application to forward to whoever you want.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
thank you, Becky.
And if we don't have other people, Julie, I wondered about your neighbor Juliet.
Okay, yeah, I can ask her. Boy, she'd be wonderful, wouldn't she?
I thought so.
Yeah. I love her dearly. I see her about 3 times a year though. She's so busy. And I'm not joking. I really don't see her often, but I'll check with her.
Some
Thanks
more
all
men,
for
don't we,
efforts.
John?
Yeah, we could use them now.
It's
Are
like
you like
own ranger over here. It's okay. You
you
know,
handling us women?
I grew up in a house full of women. It's just,
So we don't disturb your peace?
peace. I'm not dead yet.
Okay. We're canceling the meeting in December?
Well, we vote on it. You all vote on it every year.
Right.
Typically, we take it up either in the October or November meeting. So I thought we'd go ahead and address it.
Make a motion that we cancel the December meeting as pretty much traditional.
Yeah.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next.
But I was thinking of an in-person meeting in November, maybe having like some kind of a bakery product and some coffee or something like that, so we can kind of see each other.
The outside.
You want to plan that, John? Us women for once are going to follow you.
Nice point, Ellen.
You know, women, we don't do that well. So
I don't know. My manager's a woman, my supervisor's a woman, my wife, I have no problems with that.
We're gonna let you leave. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna let you leave
okay.
for this November.
Okay, then I'll get back with you and I'll tell you what's going on.
Yes, sir. Take it while you can get it, because you know we be changing our minds. Like,
No.
oops, we didn't mean it. Yes, that'll be nice. We can social distance.
Right. We just need to pin down what the rules are going to be.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about it, John. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Employee holiday gifts.
Another tradition that we do every year is we give a little extra to the employees from the library for the holidays.
Last year we did American Express gift cards. We were going to do the Visa cards, but they have a minimum of $50, whereas the American Express gift cards had 25, and neither of them charge a fee to.
And we did 25 last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many employees do we have total?
14 right now.
Does that count the new one? It's coming on.
Why not?
Yeah, I think it does.
Might as well start off
Yeah.
good. So if we were to do a $50 card for everybody, it'd be $700. How much have we saved on for payroll over the course of the year?
A lot, as you can look
Yeah.
in the financials and see.
So
Right. I can give you an exact number if you like.
I mean, we've saved over 700. We've saved over $350, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then not even
The
having
normal
this,
expenditure would be roughly $350. So if we were to double that for just this year and give everybody a $50 card, I'd like to throw that onto the pile to see how.
You're looking more and more like Santa.
I trimmed the beard off. It's not.
We're underpaid by $8,500 in salaries and
Does
wages.
Santa have a fedora?
Yeah. Well, I'm inclined.
I
I agree with John.
50.
So I make a motion that we give everybody $50 in the form of a card.
Well, does anybody? I'll second it, but what does anybody feel about that?
Man, Julie, you have just blossomed this year.
Well, no, I just think it's been a dreadful year, and
It
I
has been.
think we've saved all this, why
It
not?
has been.
Why not show people we appreciate what
I
they do?
agree.
I agree.
Hey, what do they think? They work for the post office.
God forbid.
I agree, and I vote for it. But tonight is my husband's birthday, so I'm going to say goodbye,
Hi,
everybody.
Jerry.
Happy
Good
birthday.
night.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday, Jerry.
So I'll
Today's,
second
that's
that.
Sajak's birthday too,
Oh, really?
Thanks.
from Wheel of Fortune.
Pat Sajak. Ooh,
So $50.
yeah,
I say yeah.
me too.
You made a motion,
Not that
right?
much money. I mean, you know, whatever.
Made a motion, we had a
staff
second.
thinks is best is fine.
And we had a second, right, John?
yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think 50 is fine.
So we might want to just do a final vote and make sure we're all unanimous, so there's no one opposed.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
She scooted before she left.
But she said
voted
yes.
yes.
Yeah. She said yes.
Yes. Any opposed? Okay, it's a go.
Very generous. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm going to take a quick look and make sure there are no comments from the public. And there are none.
Anyone
Two
watching?
now. Two
Two?
watching now, one of which is me. I don't know if there's anyone else, if one of us is on it or what. But
Our
people will
councilwoman,
watch
is
later.
she still with us?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Tony's
Tony's here.
Tony, you still with us?
Yes, ma'am.
You have anything to share with us?
Only to what Tiana had told me that she was going to have somebody that we could pass on to sit on this board. And I've reported that for the last 2 meetings, and tomorrow is our meeting. We're going to be looking to seating people on boards and councils. If you guys have anybody, if I could just throw a name in or a number of people, I just feel like that we ought to get these boards filled up and get to work. I mean, I tell them all the time, we don't really need to get to work with the library because you guys do a fantastic job. However, we got the seats to fill. If there are citizens out there that want to serve, I tell them that this is the best board that they can get on to serve. I do want to add a comment as far as giving the time off. I think that you're correct in your thinking to call this a COVID thing. That's for the naysayers, first of all. But the work that I do, well, it's not work, the volunteer work that I do, there are a lot of people going through depression right now. And I work with a group that handle only suicides. And it's not getting notoriety like people going to the hospital in the ICU, but it is serious. Mental health issues are happening like they've never happened before. If you can give your people time off and give them that extra money, John, I'm agreeing with it. It's no more than fair. When and I don't want to belabor this and take over this meeting, but having it myself, I just want to tell you it's important that people feel like that we care about them. And the best way to do it is to give them that time. You don't know what these folks are going through. It's a mess. And a lot of the things that's happening with people is not being reported. So you are right on time to do what you've been doing. I am gonna report out on this tomorrow about your generosity, about how you feel about your people. How many times have you all heard, oh, people are our best assets, but they don't do what you're planning on doing. They just talk about it, and being about it is more important. I say, I tip my hat to you because they need it. This coming out, helping people is a wonderful thing. I'm exhausting myself every day because of the needs of it. It makes me feel good, so don't get me wrong, I like it. But John knows I like it. But you're doing some stuff that nobody else is doing. You talk about innovative. This is the catalyst of innovation when it comes to showing it, putting your money where your mouth is, sort of thing. I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm just excited. Send me your notes because I'm going to preach on this tomorrow.
Okay. Tony, you have people that you can lean on?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Yes, I do. So give me some names. I want to let them know tomorrow at the council meeting that we are looking for people to come on board. We do want to serve the public and we're open for it. The one thing that I did discuss with the council, I don't know how much I can tell you about it because it's a little closed door. Not that everybody is not quality people, but just to fill out a resume or just to say I belong to this, the work that's being done with this board, with the library board, you have to be serious about what you want to do. It's not just a cutesy type thing. You're going to have to want to do some work. And so that's what I've been saying. And I'll say the same thing again tomorrow. If you want to get on the library board, you got to be about it. Just can't talk about it.
Yeah, you all have handled some really hard decisions and tough conversations this year.
Yes.
To be sure.
Yeah, it's been rough, but I tell you what, I just like what I'm doing on this, but I like listening. It's good.
Thank you. Any other comments for the good of the whole? No.
I just note that we had 3 names thrown out, but we don't have anyone who's agreed to do it. So,
yeah,
I mean, if you guys can talk to someone tomorrow and give Tony names, that's good. But right
I'll
now,
see Dennis Callahan tomorrow night.
Okay.
I mean, we need to start thinking about passing the torch to some young folks because
that
You know, I totally agree.
whether we like it or
Totally
not,
agree.
we start mentoring some
Absolutely.
younger people, some new blood, some new energy, some new insight. I mean,
Yeah,
It's a must.
I was, Helen, I was thinking the same thing, as a matter of fact, but see, I'm new. And so I was even thinking, other possible educators who are young teachers that might be interested, because, I feel proud when I look at our LMS and see Ferguson Library there for our students to access in this virtual world. So, I mean, I just don't know. And many, the great vast majority of the teachers that teach in Ferguson, Florissant, unfortunately, are not from Ferguson. So, it kind of limits who you can even, but I'm racking my brain, and my thoughts were someone who is young and can get excited and can bring some fresh new ideas that we, I'm sorry, surely me, might not have thought about. So.
Robin, I just want to say, there's so much to be learned in this group. You learn all the whole gamut of the business aspect of it. And some folks don't have the business piece, and they don't know about the money, MKO, and how you can do. I mean, it's just so much to be learned. You can sit and be a strut and just suck it up. So there's something to be had here. It's not all about giving. You can learn some stuff on this board, and I think it could take you far.
Yeah, right. And so I think that's what I want to see some young people start coming, because we are all getting older, and it's okay to pass the torch. It's okay to pass the torch, and yeah. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, John, we're going to look forward to the November plan.
Okay.
I'm going to bring the card and have it there tomorrow.
Good.
And there's nothing else. Everybody be safe and be well until next time.
Good.
Thanks all.
All right. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
So don't we need a motion to adjourn?
No, she can just announce that she's adjourning.
Good.
No, John, please.
Hey, I think just
can you adjourn us? Please.
No, adjourned. Adios. Au revoir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hey, Scott, I'm gonna look for your notes tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look for the email, Tony.
I'll get those to you tonight.
The email?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll email everybody the applications for the being on the board.
Okay.
Yep, I got the perfect candidate. Yeah, I've got.
Good. I'll get it out tonight.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.